Hello, I'm Tanner. Natural bodybuilder. I guess, a wannabe philosopher at this point. I don't know. Um, because it's, we're doing another philosophy video today. Um, we actually have something reminiscent of a script today, so hopefully, it'll be a lot better. I won't talk in circles as much, and my speech will be much more fluent. We'll see. Originally, when I woke up this morning, I wanted to discuss minimalism. Sorry, blank there for a second. But then as the day went on, I was like, I got this idea in my head to discuss um, the topic that we will be discussing, and yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. Um, which this is it's the title of the video, but it's the question of, am I a coward or an ever giving flower? Which I'm sure off rip, that sounds like a very confusing question, especially when you have no context, no idea. Um, Sorry, I feel like I look a little disheveled. I just got off work. But I feel like it sounds very confusing, makes no sense. So allow me to contextualize a little bit. This is an idea, a question that comes from um, Daniel Caesar, who's an artist. He made an album called Son of Spurgey, and this is specifically from two lines in the song "Who Knows." The specific quote in mind is, um, lately I've been thinking perhaps I'm a coward, hiding in disguise of an ever giving flower. Um, and to quick synopsis of the album as a whole, um, he wrote this album as a personal project focused on healing and reconciling with his family and faith. Um, yeah, his and a lot of it was his acknowledgement of the fact that he was becoming like his father, Norwell Spurgey Simmons. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Um, yeah, but his father was a preacher and gospel singer, who was nicknamed Spurgey. Hence, then, did I say the title of the album? I don't know if I did. Hence the name of the album, Son of Spurgey. What is that? Oh, there's a very loud squeak. Sorry, I got distracted. Um, and when I first heard this quote, when I first listened to this song, I was kind of obsessed with this line. Um, Once again, it is, lately I've been thinking I'm a coward. I've been thinking perhaps I am a coward hiding in disguise of never giving flower. I've been obsessed with this quote, and I wrote it down in my little journal here. And then as I thought about it more and more, I I realized how deep it is, at least to me. Um, it is. Allow me to read my notes, so that way I'm not sitting here stuttering over words. And um, it to me it's very deep, and it is relates to me a lot as a person. I feel like it raises the question: are we the kind of people we try to be? Which I think I miswrote here, and I meant to. No, no, no. Are we the kind of people we try to be, or cowards hiding from our true ugly selves? Are we, as, at least for myself, I try to be very kind. I try to love others. I try to do all this stuff, right? Like, that is, I try to be love. Um, the a guy I follow on Instagram, I love his stuff. The Flaming Sea. He he made a reel the other day, and he said, "Stop looking for love and be love." And I thought that was awesome. And so that's like the idea of being love, showing people love, and not necessarily looking for it for yourself, but just being love. That's what happens when I'm not reading off the script. I talk in circles. um, so yeah, are we the kind of people we try to be, or cowards hiding from our true ugly selves, the things that we see within ourselves that we don't like, that we're afraid of, that disgust us? For me, for example, I know that whenever I'm not trying to be as kind as I possibly can, I can tend to be a very ugly person. I have spent a lot of my life very angry, being a, to me, just not a good person, not a friendly person, not a kind person. And that is why, in my mind, I try so hard to do that now, to be the kind of person I want to be, to um to be kind, to be love, um which which is essentially the question, right? It's like, is that genuine? Is that genuine kindness, or is this some mask I'm hiding behind? Is this a disguise? Um, and I do believe that this is a very important question that should be asked often, even when we don't like the answer, even when the answer is um, that we're cowards, hiding from ourselves, hiding from the ugliness, hiding from, who we really are. Um, and I think that the goal is, or if the answer is coward, if you're like, if you look inside and you think about all the times you've been kind to someone or anything like that, and you're like, yeah, man, most of the time I do it just because I'm afraid of the ugly within me. I believe, I believe that we as people, in order to grow, need to face that ugliness within us, as terrifying as it can be. Um, we need to face it. We need to overcome it, because at the end of the day, if you just hide behind your kindness, then that ugliness is never dealt with. It's never going anywhere. Nothing happens with it. You just sit there with a smile on your face, but inside you hate the person you are, or whatever. And um, wrote, become kind for the sake of kindness. Become love for the sake of loving others, not to cover up anything. And maybe this, uh, maybe the solution is to be your own ever-giving flower. Show your ugliness kindness. Show your own ugliness kindness. To look inside and forgive yourself, if that's something you need to do. Look inside and, I don't know what that is. What is squeaking so loud? Look inside. Gosh, I'm sorry for getting distracted. Look inside and wow, I really got distracted. Look inside and forgive yourself. Be kind to the parts of yourself that you don't necessarily like. Shush, Austin. Sorry, that's my dog. He's distracting me. Be kind to yourself. Be your own ever-giving flower. I guess I never even really talked about the concept of what an ever-giving flower is, which I didn't even write anything about that down. But to me, essentially, that is just someone. Flowers, obviously, very beautiful things. It kind of reminds me, the term ever-giving flower kind of reminds me of the giving tree. It kept giving away more and more to this kid it loved, until eventually there was nothing left of itself. Um, and I guess that's kind of the same idea with an ever-giving flower, in a way, that you just keep giving and giving and giving, being kind, and eventually there would be no more of yourself. But in a way, that's kind of a beautiful thing, right? It's like continuing to give. So you've got to take care of yourself, but also giving on to others is a beautiful thing. But I kind of got off track there. An ever-giving flower is just, to me, a beautiful thing, a flower that is just continuously giving and giving and giving until it needs to probably give to itself, or can't give anymore. Which, again, taking care of yourself is very important, but that is kind of off topic. And then the and then because I am a Christian, I am a man of God, I try to be. I think there's always the question of, how does this apply biblically? And to me, the thing that I found that like made the most sense is, once we are truly kind, we can then enact on Matthew 6:3, which says, "But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing," which is just the idea of whenever you're being kind, it's not about making yourself feel good. It's not about letting others see that you're being kind. It is genuinely about being kind for kindness' sake. It's about doing unto others as you would do for yourself. It is about seeing the beauty. Shush, dog. Seeing the beauty in everything and everyone in every situation and being a flower for lack of a better term. And then the last thing I have written down is just truly become an ever-giving flower for yourself and others, not as a mask to cover up what you don't like or what you think others won't like, but as a way of just being beautiful. But yeah, that's all I'd written down. So let me not continue to go on before I end up talking in circles. But yeah, as far as, and then a little update on the gym vlog stuff. I still don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I want to go back to the way I was doing it before, like, because it feels like it's a little inconvenient for others as much as it is myself. Which inconveniencing myself isn't that big a problem. I'm more concerned about inconveniencing others. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those things that's like I just go in and record whenever I can. You know, it's like if no one's there, or if it's like one or two other people, then I can make it happen. Or I don't know. I would just like to document my bodybuilding journey as much as my journey through philosophy, if I can. But I don't know. I'll figure that out. Like I said, give me a few days. But yeah. Ooh, come here, dog. Ugh. Ow. Jeez. Why are you freaking out? Yeah. Oh, this is Asta, by the way. I showed him Diego yesterday. I showed pictures of him, but he wasn't actually here. He's a mutt. He's 5 months old tomorrow. But yeah. Thank you for listening. I don't know. I'll come up with other stuff to talk about. I was really thinking hard about this video today. I'm really glad I made it. And it was a topic I really wanted to talk about. So I talked about it. But yeah, thank you. I hope you have a blessed day. See y'all tomorrow probably. Bye bye.